So Zoe Zheng kicking it off. Here she comes in for run number 1. Backside 5-0, gapping out onto that hubble edge.
She's just going right into it. Little combo to start it off. Now, she had a shoulder injury when we saw her in Rome last year, and she was kind of tender. She was kind of nursing it, but back-to-back, she's looking fired up for this year of Olympic qualification.
Not quite making that feeble grind, but might be a little bit of first-run nerves coming into play.
Yeah.
But Zoe's such a strong mind as well as skating. It's incredible to see.
Yeah, Zoe, the lone Chinese skateboarder at these events. Oh, that looked like it hurt.
And Dan, her trainer, doesn't call her beast for nothing.
She's so backside lip slide, but yeah.
Back round to Zoe Zheng, backside 50. Okay, right, that is heavy.
You know, and she just had like 3 bad slams in a row, and she just needs to get a little win. A little win makes a bigger win, makes a bigger win, makes a bigger win.
Do you know what? Nobody would blame Zoe if she said, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like after those. Women's skateboarding, right?
Right. What we're seeing now, well, Kate Oldenboving is dropping in right now, and there's that board slide. We're seeing the women's scoring scale changed up. We used to see a global scoring scale, which meant that the men's and women's was on the same scale. But now we're seeing the women's scale as a criteria on its own. So the women are getting judged against the women, the men are getting judged against the men. It's new for everybody here.
Coming across to that square rail with a nose slide.
You know, we saw Kate working out with a trainer before this. I think she's got a nagging injury. Looks like a lower back thing, but coming in hot there. Nice move, Kate.
Liking that jump around on the body varial and setting herself back up. Backside 3.
You know, she really sets herself apart with those tricks.
All in. Kate back in. Trick attempt number 3. There's the feeble grind. Up.
So yeah, this feeble was scoring in the mid-70s for the other competitors. This is smart skating from Kate. She's already been to the Olympics before. She's been to Rome before. She's been there, done that. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah, having that experience.
She's the oldest competitor here at the young age of 24. Not calling you out, Gabby, but that's pretty amazing in itself.
You can see on her face the determination before dropping in there. Like, I am not falling off this one.
Nice, Gabby. Keep flipping it over. She's so strong. She's such a good competitor. She's such a good skateboarder.
So good.
Love Gabby's style. Oh, she wanted that. You know what? That's not her fault. That's the board's fault or something. She did everything in her power.
But getting straight back in there. Time for one last trick. Flight feeble. The stees on that. This is where you're going. So back round to Gabby. Big front board.
Nice, yeah.
You know, you're on that. You could almost check your phone, check the time, any text messages, then land it.
And just some context. She's coming from the other side of the rail right there. She's sliding the entire thing. She's not using the bump to help her get onto it. It just feels really good to get a score on the board, knowing that run is going to count for your final score, no matter what.
So Laura Brugman in next.
Laurie's got great style.
Another familiar name as well at a young age.
Yes, already did an Olympic cycle too. You know, they have a lot of experience in their young age. But this new format too is going to change things up for everybody. The runs count now, no matter what. You can't just get off on getting good tricks in the best trick section. You have to put together a good run, and Laurie is doing that right now. Good recovery.
Yeah, lovely Smith grind. Coming back in to the feeble grind. Seeing a lot of similar tricks going on at the moment. I think if you're playing it right, you can go, okay, that's the score that's coming in for that kind of run. That's where I need to be. There's the nose grind. Just missing the big spin on the flat. Through as well, so it's a heavy cut, cutting it in half. Back round to Laura Brugman.
Nice, stomping that. You can feel the confidence exuding from Laurie on that last one.
Yeah, and I mean, like, pretty much perfect. You can't do that any better. There's that feeble grind all the way to the end. Laura Brugman back in.
Get some speed for the center obstacle. What you got here? Front side nose grab against stream, upstream as you will. And it's basically a bump to flat bar, and it's got a big, nice gap to it, but we haven't seen anybody else utilize that obstacle for any of the best trick attempts yet.
Miu E2 from Japan in run number 2.
There's that backside 5-0, solid way to start off her campaign.
Stamping down on that. The back blunt as well. Front feeble. Oh, no way. I was so holding my breath then, like, fingers crossed. Get it, get it.
You know, it was an interesting approach, though, to do 3 grind tricks and then do a tray flip on flat. Here's that 50-50.
Again, it's going to stand out to the judges.
Yeah.
There's a crooked grind. If you're doing something different than no one else is doing, it's definitely going to stand out to those judges. There's the kick flip.
Beautiful kick flip. Hard flip. Oh, that's
No way.
I think that's really nice to see that she does have.
There you go.
Nice.
Stamping with something that she knows she can just chuck in there, get that score on the board like you said earlier, and then move on to the more difficult things.
You know, I've noticed these jobs. Miu, Ito, Crooks.
There you go. Okay. Like, you've got no choice. You're grinding. You're coming with me all the way.
That's a beautiful trick.
Yeah. I think maybe got in a little bit higher, which set the grind off a little bit better. So maybe a bit slower, possibly. I'm not. Definitely going to be hoping to improve on that. We're going back to Japan now.
Ayo. Frontside
lip slide. There's the heel flip. Not seeing many heel flips nowadays, actually. It's quite a rarity. Cruising back across to the midsection.
A 13-year-old competitor. These young girls are so focused. They're so well put together. They've made it all the way to the semifinals. They had to fight through a field of about 80 women competitors to get here today. That in itself is an accomplishment.
Yeah, 100%, especially in this heat as well. Multiple days in blazing sunshine.
Oh, yeah.
5 seconds, 5 seconds.
I think she's going to call it right there. 5 seconds doesn't give her much more time to get anything else in. The go-ahead from course manager. Backside lip slide.
That's going to get the maximum of what that could score. Look at that.
This is really good point for all the other skaters to look at, too, because I've seen a lot. The young 13-year-old from Japan.
Currently in that third place,
Backside Smith grind.
But check out how this locks in. Back foot on.
Perfect.
And the front toe just barely on there, riding it all the way through.
Reminds me of Raisa a little bit there.
Yeah.
That's a highlight. Look at that.
That front toe is incredible. The other side of the course.
Okay, front board.
Just going for the front board, but still a long old front board. Taking those yellow trousers all the way to the end. Really pays off. Okay. So frontside lip slide. Crouching it out. I think that's a make. I don't think there's going to be an issue with falling off, but you could see almost came off a bit early.
Those young knees, man, Mark.
Yeah.
I could never, but. Fresh face coming from Japan.
Not messing around on the first trick, gap out to lip slide.
So you're seeing this course is actually lending itself well to these runs. People are able to hit 2 obstacles in a row, turn back and around.
Yeah, and you can keep that speed as well, which is so important.
Yes. The skaters were saying that they were liking the course this year. They feel like it's approachable, it's linkable.
Yeah, and with the run section scoring so high now, being so important, it's so good to be able to link those tricks up.
Nonoka is really throwing down a good run here.
Yeah, gap out, back lip. Coming back to that bump to bar, wow. Front side blunt slide.
This is some good skateboarding.
Backside tail slide be enough though, Alex?
You know, it depends. Nonoka, frontside Smith grind. It's gnarly and it's fun.
Yeah, definitely. Locking in that back truck, pinching it with the back foot, taking it all the way to the end of the rail, landing equally on all 4 wheels. And you know what? That seemed way too easy, and I'm interested.
All or nothing. Nonoka. Backside left, she knows that's going to get her high 7.
Do a trick, and it was like, okay, that scored this point. I'm going to go with that trick. I know I've got it, and that's what I'm going to get if I do it perfectly. So there you go, backside lip slide. Behind those trees, which is going to give a lot of respite for this next heat. So Rose in with the big frontside 50-50, coming out hot for run number 1, ollieing over the driveway.
Yeah, Rose kicking off her run in the same spot that Chloe Cavell just did. Right into that frontside lip slide. Heel flipping it up. Rose's approach is a little bit more like Pamela Rosa, aggressive, big tricks, comfortable on the biggest parts of the course. And this is where she shines.
Yeah, looking pretty well composed as well, hitting up that big section in the middle with the frontside 50-50, backing it up with the frontside board slide. Still 10 seconds left on the clock.
This is a well thought out run from Rose. Frontside feeble.
Disappointed to not see that.
Would be harmful, but.
Back round to Rose, yeah.
Yeah.
Good shoulders on that one. Turning the bottom half, locking in that crook. Popping it out. Smiles.
Skateboarding is humbling like that.
Yeah. Rose back in, big front 50-50.
As well. But just choosing to go back to it, maybe try to improve.
Bump it up a little bit more, currently in 8th place, coming towards the gap to Hubba. Front nose grind. See that someone's landed something before they've even taken off. You could see full, like, I'm taking this home, full commitment. There you go, front nose grind.
Full, like that was perfect execution too.
Yeah, touching the nose a bit there, but I don't think that's gonna hurt too much.
Nah, just not getting that.
4 highest score so far, and here we go. Yeah, let's check out that replay. So from this side, no, yeah, front truck went on. You were right, Alex. So that's just going to be scored as a backside 50-50.
That's a bummer. You know, I got to hand it to her, though, for going for it. Really impressed with Chloe Cavell, the youngest competitor in this entire field right here. That 50-50 starting it off again.
And the only competitor skating switch, right? Am I right in saying that, Alex?
Yeah, no, there's nobody else doing anything switch I've seen so far.
There's the kick flip on the bank-to-bank. Front side 180 up. 25 seconds remaining. Currently in 11th, but I think that might well change if this stays on. So coming in switch to the square rail with the front side board slide. Making that look easily regular.
Riding for Monarch, Leticia Buffoni's company too.
There's that switch flip. I think that might have been slightly better than before. Half cab on the flat.
Oh.
No, changing it up. Well played, though. Get that score on the board. Big kickflip to Tommy and said, what do I do? Do I go for the switchboard side or should I break it up? Get a bit of, get away from it a bit, but look at that. Perfect. And then regular from 50. So
I get the same score. Her low score right now is a 64.35.
And that cross lock, opposite sides of the trucks there, taking it all the way down to the bottom. Tells you how good that first set of scores was. So everything is on the line right now for Chloe. Oh, yes!
Exclamation mark.
Perfect slide on that, yeah.
Switchboard slide.
What was great to see was Gabby was in the background there, knowing she's not through to that top 8 and still clapping and smiles for her. Great camaraderie on the
yeah, Chloe's been a welcome addition to the lineup of these elite. 22 years old, Pamela Rosa, a veteran. She ended up #1 in the World Skate Rankings last year.
Coming out with the front lip and the kick flip over the driveway. Coming back in on that flat bank. I love how fast Pamela skates.
Backside lip slide.
Sprinting over into the middle of the park.
This is how it's done, folks. Wow, that crook, she didn't even touch her nose on that. She was barely hanging on right into a frontside board slide.
That's full confidence there. I'm taking it anyway. A lot of people would have kicked that away, but Pamela's like, nah, you're coming with me.
I mean, look how many times she's lapped the course mark and she still has 5 more seconds.
Yeah, been up and down 4 times already, I believe. Back to the bump to rail, just missing the front side Smith grind, but that was a hell of a run there. Kicking off in the center of the park. Okay. So coming in really hot, getting on early as well, and I think that's what's going to make that grind go through. Get on early, take the grind all the way to the end. Good pop out of that, crouching out on the landing.
You know, they make it look so easy, but if you saw in that course preview, there is a gap out to that. It is a scary, big obstacle. Okay, Rosa sitting in that 10th place spot right now. Lot of speed. Lip slide from the hard side. There you go, Pamela Rosa. Now she's going from the other side of the rail, so she has no bump to assist her in getting up onto it. That's just pure fatty to flatty. Big ollie.
Taking off from really far away from the rail as well. 6th place rider, Pamela Rosa.
Backsmith.
There you go.
Yeah, Pamela finds a way to muscle her way through a lot of these tricks, even if it looks like maybe it's not coming her way.
So you see the foot there catching on the nose a little bit, but you've got that muscle memory. You can just rely on that and take it all the way through. Look,
she doesn't give up. You know, I've seen her try frontside. Judges put these run scores, these first run scores in the first semifinal heat.
Yumika in next.
Yumika Oda, really impressed with how Yumika's been skating.
Bit of a double tap on the backside 50-50 there, but all good.
Look at that, backside over crooks. Yumika really improved in the offseason between Tokyo and now. Seeing her on IG, just learning all these new tricks.
Beautiful kickflip over that wedge gap. Rolling out back across to the other side of the park. So important to use as much as you can of all of the park.
Yeah, Yumika only being 15 years old too. A few seconds left on the clock. Damn.
Perfectly timed as well, chucking that in. Straight back. So back round to Yumika. Trick number 3.
Wow!
There you go. Check out the front foot. Das pinch all over it.
You know, you did the little Italian pinch right here.
Look at that toe, holding that in, taking it all the way to the end. In the air, you're chilling.
Back lip.
Yeah, and I mean, just chucking a gap in, back lip slide. Can't believe I'm just saying that.
Just chucking it in.
There you go. You can see there, you really need to keep those shoulders round to be able to come out forward. You start taking that.
She's talented, all fronts. Parks, contest, and street.
So dropping in on the opposite side, straight into the backside lip slide, and there's the heel flip. Proper stamping that down. Coming back in off that axle stall, front side, 5-0, front board.
She just puts it down. I love Momiji's finality, period.
Yeah, everything is meant.
Period, you know?
Volley one foot. Chucking in the cheeky thing.
You know, her
every trick scored, Alex.
Yeah, her execution is flawless.
Bump to rail, front feeble.
That just got away from her. That was uncharacteristic for Momiji. She's very tough.
Knows how to pin. To Momiji Nishia.
There you go.
Yeah.
Roll her back foot.
That roll away, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
There you go. Big smile as well. And that's going to be a relief to get that one out of the way, because if that hadn't have kind of a lower nerves.
Can't wait to watch this replay. Watch how she catches it perfectly, both feet over the bolts. Pulls it around that front board. Yeah, she already started celebrating before she rolled away. She's like,
I love seeing that emotion coming out. But
one of the most difficult tricks I've seen. Like, that rail is so long.
Yeah, and you can see from that angle, it's not low either. Now for Momiji Nishia.
Backsmith.
There it is. Definitely worth mentioning how we see it, that you're dropping some high scores because you're taking that run score through.
You know, it'd be an interesting layout to see, like, at the end of the contest for anybody who's into data, like, who would have won if it was the old format and who's
section as well. So here we go, rider number one in straight away with that feeble grind.
Coco Yoshizawa. This is a new name for me. She's another young competitor here, 12 or 13 years old.
30 seconds on the clock. There's the backside 50, gapping out, and the frontside board slide back-to-back tricks there.
You know, she's got an interesting tactic starting over on this part of the course, working her way upstream. Big spin, frontside board slide.
High risk move, but that does mean high reward. Down to that final 10 seconds now. Gapping out to the backside lip slide. So we're starting our best trick section with coconut repetition, I suppose.
Yeah, it's super important right now for the women to get scores on the board in the best trick section, just like you were saying, and they know. Okay, Coco Yoshizawa. There she goes. That's huge.
You know what? 212 is where the top eight's at. You've got to chuck it all in or nothing.
Yeah.
Perfect execution on that.
Now, Momiji got an 87.84 for that. That's a high scoring trick. It's one of the highest scoring tricks of the day.
I don't think the execution was as good. Already in 9th place.
Rizu, yeah.
Rizu's straight in.
Yeah, Rizu Akama has a really interesting bag of tricks. She's got these like frontside 360s, frontside big spins. There's that backsmith.
Straight into the kick flip.
Another skater repping meow boards.
Cruising back across to that middle section. There you go. Barley grind.
You know, much like Kate, she kind of stands herself out by having a unique bag of tricks, frontside big spin.
every go on that frontside big spin from the very first time I saw her skating in China. Don't think she's ever fallen off one. Front 5-0 hanging. Anymore, you're really putting the pressure on.
Now, especially with the variabilities we're dealing with the wax and the heat and everything like that, hats off to Riza Akama for pulling that one off.
Stamping it down. I think getting that board round and not getting into it too early, that's when you can stay composed at that age, I really do not know. So Risu, trick number 2 of 5. Oh, yes, 180.
Being able to get into that grind, that 180 to nose grind.
See the landing. That was like, oh, I've done this. Done this a million times, it's fine. I'm just going to ride out. Another incredible trick there. 180.
A lot of natural talent. There's more out there.
So Rizu, there's the front now.
Yeah, Rizu's sitting in 3rd right now. Frontside 5-0.
Heel hanging right off on that one. 4.18 for first place. Big heel.
Other side of the court. What? But like, oh my gosh, look at this. So technical.
Toe was down.
Toe drag,
I think that might be either way. Currently in that 12th place position.
Already a mega celebrity, incredibly accomplished skateboarder. A backflip, following up with a nose grind.
Both perfect.
Yeah, off to a better start now.
Rolling back in. There's the front side blunt slide.
Yes, nice heel flip.
You see the front arm then?
Yeah.
Like, no kind of challenge at all. Just, it's just a backsmith. It could have been a curb and she'd have done it just as smooth.
Giving herself a moment to breathe. Oh, no. Kickflip front 4 getting away from her, and that's going to be time for her. Felipe Moto there.
Coming into the centerpiece.
Backsmith. Oh, yeah, backsmith, or AO. Backsmith the round rail in the first heat.
Look how chill this is. Lands, arms down by the side. Yeah, you're right. So good to see. But that's one of those tricks. So back round to Raisa Leal. Trick 2. Oh. Locking in that tail. Balancing on that back foot.
Flawless execution.
Full control with the toes, look. Holding it all the way to the end. And the lean on the way out. Yes. So good.
Reyes is really going to be happy.
246.47 on the board. Oh, you know, was that front feeble enough?
I mean, she's got such a high score line as it is, but man, that's a difficult trick. Coming from the high side of the rail, locking in.
Look at the way she rides out with her hands right next to her side, look. Right up, Funa. Straight into the back lip.
Frontside crooks, okay, mixing it up.
Proper pinch in there.
Yeah, you'll see Funa bring that out on the biggest thing here. It's crazy that she has that trick on lock. Backside over crooks. Moving right along, heel flipping it up. Funa putting it together really well. Already sitting on the highest score total so far today. Crooks. Backside 180 off.
I like that backside 180. It's different. No one else is doing that one.
Yeah.
Not particularly high scoring, I doubt, but it shows the use, of course. The front blunt there. Look at it.
Fuma. There's that frontside sauce there, being able to lock in. Such a difficult trick to pinch.
You know, know what? Look how long that is. So Funa back in. Back lip. Okay.
She just got that. Kind of a safety move here. I mean, it's hard to call a backside lip slide.
5 and
7-point lead. There's the Crooks. There's that Crooks replay again.
So 8th place, absolutely stoked. I can't mention how stoked I am to see Chloe going through to the final tomorrow. 8th place with a 224.14, and it came down to that last trick, Alex.
Yeah, that switchboard slide really sealed the deal for Chloe, and really at 12 years old, the youngest competitor in the entire semifinals, to see her make the final is absolutely amazing. Here's rounding out the rest of the semifinalists. Amazing show from all. Rose just missing that 8th place spot by just a couple of points, which was heartbreaking, but she put it all on the line. She skated really good, and everybody else was just amazing.